You know, oh, there it is. Is it coming up? Hey, hey, oh, down, down. Sounds like Jim Morrison. Is everybody in? One thing that I run into a lot, not a lot actually, about maybe 6 or 8 in 20,000, maybe 10. I flag them all. I'm not going to count them, but is people when you make a friend request, instead of just delete and block, and this is funny, this is so human nature-ish type thing. Instead of just going, oh no, I don't do that, and block, and they'll never hear from me again because there's literally a trillion users to contact on YouTube, and there's nothing special about any particular one, myself included. They bother to follow the link the invitation that I sent them, and overwhelmingly I am so glad you sent this. Well, I love your site, or I get thank you a lot, thanks. This guy Pat Man 908 just sent me one. I hadn't had one in a week or so. No, I don't accept contacts. Now, let's define ignorant or fool or both, because he's on the internet making videos. He wants people to watch them, but he doesn't accept contacts. Okay. And then the other thing about this whole sort of thing is those are some really long cigarettes. I chain smoke like probably a pack or two a day sometimes, I think. Maybe 3 sometimes, a lot. And there's a reason for that. I won't go into it now. But the other kind of weird thing and kind of that makes you go, wow, there's like real ignorance and stupidity and people really reaching out in the world kind of a deal, is instead of just, it wasn't a public friend contact request, right? And so why do some of these people feel the need to go to your site and post publicly on your channel that and make a big fuss out of it, that they don't accept contacts, rather than just blocking or hitting delete or ignore? Because, I'll tell you why. They want to make a big fuss out of it because this guy's channel is like, he's uploaded several cartoon videos, and they're let me see, are they original or not? No, they're just copies of a popular cartoon thing, and he has 0 video views. I see. Oh, I see. Okay, he's just favoriting everything. He's one of those people, blank profile, favoriting stuff. Let's see what he liked. Anyway, the thing is, why do they feel a need, and it's all this same cartoon series? So, anyway, those might actually be cute. I don't know. I don't watch cartoons, those Japanese cartoons anyway. But, they feel that need really because I think there's a lot behind that. It's their way of reaching out negatively, and probably that person has had their hand slapped a lot and they enjoy slapping the hand back. It's kind of like some women do that. A couple of times in my life I've been in a situation where I was not hitting on the woman at all. I've never hit on women. I've actually let, for God only knows whatever reason, I've always let them hit on me, and a lot of them have. And I've been married. I'm no lady killer, but I mean, comparatively a lot, more than I would think anyway. I let them kind of me. But anyway, I would be sort of alone with a woman and trying to help her and actually kind of feel sorry for her in a way, and really not hitting at all, trying to be legitimately helpful. And she would kind of accuse me of hitting on her inappropriately or something, and I would be like, no, 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 this is not, and it just got totally out of hand really quick. And that thing, making a fuss over nothing, trying to get some attention, some drama going, or the other thing is women who, when I was on Match.com, instead of just, on Match.com's like YouTube, I would automatically send out like 500 invites to women who fed a profile, and of those, the first year, like I'd get 400 back, then the next year 200, then a couple years later like 100, and then I could send out 500 and not hear anything for a few weeks. So but when I would, some women felt the need to send you a snotty little letter that said no, no thanks, don't bother me, don't contact me again. Why? Because it gave them a sense of power and a sense of control in a world that probably had been a lot out of control for them at some point, and that was obvious. And they didn't even think, will this be painful? And yeah, it was painful to me a lot at times. Will this be painful? I never sent the no thanks to the women who sent me stuff. I never hit the old no thanks button, or sent a personal message that said you're just not my type or whatever. And really, a lot of times the women were not that attractive. They were automatically sent to, and it was sort of like, geez, what a part of me said, what a bitch, you're not even in my league, baby. And then another part of me said, oh, this poor girl, she's been like she's a little overweight, kind of not very good looking, and this is her one chance to sort of strike out at somebody. So yeah, but this whole thing on YouTube about when you make friend requests, and in this test marketing phase, I'm doing 30 to 50,000 of those a day, and the response has been overwhelmingly. I get this a lot, thousands of these now. Ordinarily, they say stuff like, ordinarily I reject these automatically, and in fact go to the person's site and post something negative or screw you. But in your case, thanks, man, I'm damn glad you wrote me, this is cool as hell, over and over again. I can't believe it, because my other site, there were a lot of like, fuck off kind of things. But yeah, with that, the friend request going out like that, I mean, but the people, this one fat-faced kid did it a few weeks ago. He was playing video games, and in his little icon of his video, he had big potato chips and a big fat face, like with a game controller. And he made a big stink, went to my channel and posted something really nasty. And again, what I saw it and realized it was somebody who doesn't have much control in life in any way, manner, shape, or form, but they have control over their YouTube account, and they like making a stink, and they like drama. And but I what amazes me, I'm absolutely stunned at, and this has really sort of revitalized my belief in people, is the amount of people out there that say thank you, overwhelmingly thank you, thank God you sent me this, I love your channel, and send me rave up letters. And really, overall, people are and dealing with this many thousands, people are amazingly decent. And I would have thought the opposite, actually. But and I understand. I mean, I get spam all the time, every day, and I go to almost every site at least for a minute and go, what's this all about, huh? Because I don't go looking for stuff. I appreciate the spam, actually, because I found so many. I mean, check out the spam sometimes. Yes, it's when it's obvious spam. If I get too much, I'll block them. 3, 4, 5, I start recognizing the username, and and it's not what I'm into, block, especially young rappers. But yeah, it's a thing to make a public stink, and I don't make a stink about anything. The best thing to do is just, if somebody posts a negative thing, avoid it. But most of the kids, I've even had one kid say, several of them have written actually, but one especially wrote like, hello sir, thank you so much for your invitation. Unfortunately, my parents won't let me, or something like that. Well, I was like, what a great kid. This other fat-faced kid, though, I mean, to go publicly, what they want to do, here's what I came up with the people that do that. What they want to do is make you feel ashamed for reaching out. They want to say, hey, feel ashamed that you reach out to someone, you ninny, you idiot, you loser, and they want to shame you. They're trying to sell shame on you for having music and believing in it. Shame on you for trying to make friends on the internet. It's like they want to shame you. And why? It really comes down to, and it fits this sort of profile and personality type, and I know it so well because I went through it in my extreme youth, and that is they've been shamed, and so they're just passing on what they know. But if you think about it, how rude. That's like secretly going up to someone and going, meeting somebody at school in kindergarten and going, hey, would you be my friend? And the person yells out and disturbs the whole class, no, I won't be your friend, Johnny wants to be my friend. I mean, what a fucking little, just tattletaling fart. So that's the way I see it, and that's the way it is. There's no other way to say it. It's just ridiculous. There are people who want to shame you for sort of reaching out. And I actually appreciate all the little emails I get. I check a lot of them out, and I found at least 10 songs I didn't even know existed, including originals, in the last month that just thrill me to my soul. So, but yeah, I don't shame people publicly, and I'm just amazed that these people are so unenlightened that they think that's cool, or that's the thing to do, to sort of try to shame everyone that contacts them. This one fat-faced kid just made it clear, like on his site and everything, that he doesn't accept friends for his little game channel that had like 30 hits total, and more than that. It was like 3,000 in 5 years or something, since Super Mario went Super Mario 2 or whatever, But yeah, that some people think that that's like the thing to do, to shame other people and to sort of publicly, tattle, is amazing. But the really amazing thing is how many people are absolutely just so cool. So I just felt like putting that out there and just sharing a little bit of my experience with stuff. And I don't really have anyone to tell all this stuff, tell about all these little experiences and stuff. So that's kind of what my documentary's about, sort of sharing this life-changing experience of making music and putting it on the internet. So like anybody cares kind of a thing, that ought to be what I call my film, like anybody cares. Surprisingly, what, people do care, but what I've learned is I have to reach out and sort of give them a reason to care and make it available. And those are kind of things that I was really weak at, not good at before, and still have my moments with. I'm reading this, Patman 908, no, I don't accept contacts. Really? You mean you couldn't have more quickly just hit ignore? So I think some people just don't get it. Oh, that's coming up on, I'll let that go to 14 minutes. See if I can hit it on the head.